Hello everyone, my name is Andrew White and I will be talking to you about the important environmental issue of air quality and toxic air pollutants. Air pollution can be defined as the existence of toxic substances in the air. Pollution can be created by natural sources, but humans are ultimately responsible for most of the toxic chemicals floating around in our atmosphere. Air pollution is a widespread problem. It is an issue faced by people all around the world. Air pollution can have serious consequences to individuals' health and even entire communities. It is important to monitor and track air pollution so that an analysis can be done. Then objectives can be set and interventions can be planned to decrease the negative effects of air pollution. For my content area, I chose air quality. We can already see the importance of the scope of air pollution in making sure that we set standards to ensure the safety of people who may be exposed to such pollutants. The indicator that I chose was air toxics. Air toxics are substances that are known or suspected to cause serious health effects. They can cause cancers, respiratory diseases, and many other illnesses. The measure that I chose was the annual average concentration estimates in microgram per meter cubed for acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is one of the 5 most common toxic air pollutants and is found in car emissions and is also used to synthesize other industrial chemicals. Acute and chronic exposure to acetaldehyde can cause an array of respiratory problems as well as irritation to the skin, eyes, and respiratory tract. This first picture is from 2005 and it is measuring the levels of acetaldehyde in the air around various Georgia counties. The highest air levels of acetaldehyde are found only around the most populated city, which is Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta is a highly industrialized city, which also has a lot of traffic. These two things directly contribute to the high rates of acetaldehyde in the air. As you can also see, the Georgia coastline has a relatively low acetaldehyde air levels because the open coastal areas are very windy and they disperse air pollution better. This next picture from 2011 is measuring the levels of acetaldehyde in the air as well around the various Georgia counties. But now, 6 years later, we see that the highest levels have now spread to several of the other large metros, such as Macon, Columbus, and Valdosta. These cities have continued to industrialize over the years. The higher levels of acetaldehyde also follow the large interstates across Georgia. So now that we know the scope of air pollution and the importance of air quality, we must find a solution. In order to do this, we must first focus on the public health core competency of policy and law. We first know that air quality standards need to be set. And then once we have those target standards, we can then create laws and regulations that will help reduce the air pollution levels. Then we must also create agencies that will actually be able to enforce these air regulations. But then cooperation across all different sectors and major industries is essential to reduce these emissions. Further so, the measures I discussed and other air quality tracking data can help us to prioritize emission sources as potential targets for risk reduction activities and interventions, as well as further study. The measures we looked at can also be used to identify locations of interest for further investigation. These measures can also provide a starting point for local scale assessments, and they also demonstrate the spatial distribution of air toxics.